You ever thought about how you could use something you already love, like watching movies, to get way, way better at English? Well, today, we're going to break down a method that does exactly that. Let's dive in. Now, I know what you're thinking. That sounds like a pretty huge promise, but honestly, it's true. What we're talking about here isn't just kicking back on the couch. It's a real active learning strategy that can completely transform how you approach the language. I mean, who isn't, right? We've all been there, staring at endless grammar rules, trying to memorize lists of words that just disappear from your brain the very next day. It's just draining. But what if I told you the solution is already on your favorite streaming service, just waiting for you? Okay, so let's get into the big question. Why? Why are movies such an incredibly powerful way to learn? It's not just because they're fun. There's actually some really cool science behind why this works so incredibly well. See, here's the magic. A textbook, that just hits one part of your brain. But a movie, it's a full-blown sensory experience. Your brain gets to connect with the information in so many different ways at once. You're hearing the words, you're seeing the action, and you're feeling the emotion of the story, all at the same time. Just think about what's actually happening inside your head. When you're hooked on a great story, you're not just lighting up the language centers of your brain. No. You're also firing up the parts responsible for memory and emotion. And when all those are working together, it creates these super strong connections, which means you're going to remember those new words and phrases so much better. All right, you're probably pumped and ready to go. But hold on a second. This first step is absolutely critical. Seriously, choosing the right movie can make all the difference between an amazing learning session and just getting totally frustrated. So let's break this down. If you're just starting out, animated movies are your best friend. The dialogue is usually super clear and they speak a bit slower. Perfect. Now, if you're more of an intermediate learner, something like a light comedy or an adventure movie is going to be great. And for you advanced folks, go ahead and challenge yourself with something that has really fast, complex dialogue. The most important thing is to be honest with yourself about where you're at. That's how you'll stay motivated. And now we get to the real heart of it all. This is where we make the big switch from just passively watching a movie to actively studying it. We call this the active watching method. This right here is a total mindset shift. For this period of time, the movie isn't just entertainment, it's your own personal classroom. And believe it or not, a single 2-minute scene can pack in a complete, super effective English lesson. Okay, here's the game plan. First, just pick a short scene, maybe a minute or two. The first time you watch it, don't stress. Just try to get the gist of what's happening. Then, watch it again, but this time, you're on a mission. Hunt for new words and phrases. After that, listen really closely to how the actors are speaking. And finally, and this is the most important part, you gotta say the lines out loud. Try to copy their rhythm, their tone, everything. Ah, yes. Subtitles. They can be your absolute best friend, or they can be a major crutch that holds you back. The secret isn't about if you use them, but how you use them. And trust me, there's a smart way to do it. Here's this amazing 3-step cycle. First, watch with the English subtitles on. This helps you connect the sounds you're hearing to the words on the screen. Next, and this is key, turn them off completely. This forces your ears to do the heavy lifting. Finally, watch it one last time with subtitles in your own language, just to make sure you really understood everything correctly. Now this is a huge tip. You have to fight that urge to hit pause and look up every single new word. I know it's tempting, but instead you want to train a much more powerful skill, guessing the meaning from the context. So what do I mean by context clues? Well, look at the actor's face. Are they angry,
happy, confused? What's going on in the scene around them? What's the emotion in their voice? Your brain is actually designed to piece all these little clues together to figure out the meaning. It's exactly how we all learn to speak as kids, right?
Okay, remember that pro-level technique I mentioned earlier? The one that professional interpreters and really advanced learners use? Well, here it is. It's called shadowing, and it is an absolute game changer for your fluency.
Shadowing is exactly what it sounds like. You literally become the actor's shadow. You try to speak their lines at the exact same time they do. You're not just repeating after them, you're trying to sync up perfectly with their speed, their emotion, their rhythm, everything.
Now, I know that sounds intense, but you can start really small. Just play one single line of dialogue. Listen to it. Then play it again and try to say it right along with the actor. Really focus on matching the melody of their voice, the ups and the downs. This practice literally builds muscle memory for your mouth and tongue, and it will make a massive difference in your pronunciation and how natural you sound. So, let's put all of this together into a clear plan. We've talked about why movies work, how to pick the right one, the whole active watching method, and even that advanced shadowing technique. Here's exactly what you need to do to get started, like today.
This is your roadmap. First, pick a movie you actually enjoy. That part's really important. Then, work through it scene by tiny scene. Use that smart subtitle cycle we talked about. Train your brain to understand from context, not just from a dictionary. And make sure you spend a few minutes every session practicing shadowing. It's the whole package for turning your movie time into powerful study time.
And that's it. You've got the tools, you've got the strategy. The only question left is, which movie are you going to start with?